Good evening, everyone. Welcome to LDM TV. Tonight we've got a live online pool world chat. Bit of a, I don't know whether it's a new feature or not. We'll perhaps have to see after tonight. But I spoke to Mark Smith, who's our VIP guest, about a week ago, and said, "How about getting together and having a bit of a conference call?" And I said, hey, what we could do is we could just go live and get questions, and we can have a few topics that we can sort of discuss and just have a natter. He agreed. I don't know whether it was reluctant at first, but I think he's pretty excited. He's got all the gear, got himself a green screen, got himself a new camera, got himself a new T-shirt. I reckon he's really looking forward to it.
Yes.
So... Yeah, like I say, Mark Smith from UK World Pool, a massive advocate of LDM TV. Well, not just LDM TV, obviously partnerships with a lot of pool outlets around the world, streamers, venues, table suppliers, stockists of cues, balls, etc. I mean, anything around the world to do with pool, Mark's on it and sharing it, and he does an absolutely fantastic job. Which is why I was quite excited when he said that he would come on live stream and have a chat with us. So, hi Mark, welcome to LDM TV. Thanks for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in pool.
My background in pool, it started over 40 years ago when I was a young gentleman. But I've not reached the massive heights, but I've always loved the game.
Yeah.
I've always loved cue sports. I've always loved billiards, snooker, pool. Had quite a bit of a time out, 20 odd years with marriage and whatever. But then 5 years ago, started playing in a league again and things like that. And then got involved in and qualified for county again.
Yeah.
Which was like 38 years after I first qualified.
Flipping heck.
So, yeah, it's brought me in, and I look at things slightly different now. And with cue sports, people are, the pool lovers out there will understand what I'm talking about. You know, how they've adapted this year, especially with the COVID, with the pandemic. You know, nothing's going to stop them from playing pool. That's why we've got into like this sort of the virtual side of the game. But what we do is just, if I can find a live game in some parts of the world, I will share it.
Yeah.
You know, people will watch pool. It doesn't matter what, it doesn't have to be professional. Could be league, could be, you know, in somebody's basement. But they love just watching pool.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of massive competitions around the world, which have obviously been shared. One of the biggest that's on at the moment, the Moscone Cup.
Yeah. I mean, I've not actually seen one frame yet.
Ah.
Because I'm too busy sharing and doing other things, getting ready for this, and then there's other things going on that it is literally non-stop. People say to me quite often, you know, "Oh, that match last night, great match, wasn't it?" Not seen it yet.
No. I was going to say, I've seen some of the highlights. I see a shot that I see one of the fluke shots as well.
Yeah. I think Team Europe are doing quite
exceptionally well. Yeah.
Say that. I mean, was it 8 o'clock now? They've been going another hour or so. You never know.
I don't know what the score was at the start of the day. Do you know what the score was before?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Before tonight, 8-2.
Oh, right. And what is it, race 2, or is it just out of
11?
Oh, 11. Flipping it. So it could be all over today then.
Yes. But there's a lot of gossip going about. They want it to last another day and all this lot. It's the politics sort of side of the game.
Yeah.
From what I hear. But, you know, you can't believe everything you see on the social media. So,
unless it's on UK World Pool, yeah?
Unless it's on UK World Pool, yes.
Because it's been pre-vetted.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, obviously, you know, I can't guarantee I can only share what I'm given.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
can only put things out there that, I can't pre-vet them if they're live.
No, that's right.
So it's impossible. It's like, if you could have a crystal ball looking what was going to happen in the future, that would be great with some of your events. I
Yeah.
mean, take the legend Ronnie Phipps. I
Oh,
mean,
flipping heck.
oh,
I mean, for people that don't know, we were running our LDM XT Friday Night Knockout, the XT rules. It's basically a version of blackball but cross table. It's how we've adapted to being locked down and being able to obviously still get players playing together and socialising. I mean, we ran a 36 player league, over 3 leagues, and players are connecting and playing each other. Obviously, we're streaming quite a few of the games and then the finals. But like tomorrow night, I think we've got 10, 11 or 12. I think we had about 16 last week. That a few more players will be in it for tomorrow night. But when Ronnie, what a lad. He's connected up. He's like, yeah, can I play? Yeah, mate. Yeah, everyone can play as long as you can get a connection, and as long as we can see your table, and as long as you know the rules, everyone can play. As long as you've got a 7x3, 7x4 or 6x3, and it's a standard issue pool table. Yeah. Got one of them, mate. Got one of them. Brilliant. And then he connects up, and his pool table is literally in his garden, in his back garden. And he's got he was wearing a head torch the first night. Absolutely brilliant.
sponsored by the BCA.
Yeah.
Which is not the American Billiards Congress, whatever. It's the British Caving Association.
Paul Barrell, hello mate. He says Moscone is currently 10-2 to Europe.
Oh.
Wow, so they only need one more.
One more.
Excellent. Come on, Europe.
Yeah, they've got. I mean, USA was saying that they've got their 2 best players playing majority of the frames today, but it's they got Skylar and Shane playing. I think 2 frames each, 2 matches each.
Right.
So they expected a bit of a comeback, but obviously not happening.
No. Your webcam's interesting.
Why?
Because it's really ticking now. I mean, I know we were testing it earlier, and it only did it once, and it's like, oh no, stop it.
Oh no. A new webcam, and all it does is it's got a tick.
It's weird, isn't it?
Not weird, it's... Give me a second. No.
No, don't worry about it.
I thought we were going to say we'll blame everybody else.
Yeah, what ticking? I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's your laptop. Must be your laptop who's viewing it.
So obviously, Ronnie Wills's pool table out of his... no, it's there. He leaves it there and he covers it all in tarpaulin.
Yeah.
And then the next time he played, he'd got some proper like floodlights to light the area up because it's dark outside, and the
-2.
Yeah, the temperature is really low, and he's going out and playing in his back garden. Absolutely, that is what you call dedication, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the sort of that's the sort of thing you see with Q Sports with all round. They're willing to adapt, carry on playing.
Well, yeah, exactly. But he said when it was due to rain, he said, it's all right if it rains. I've got an umbrella hat.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Yeah, what a legend. No, I'm quite disappointed he wasn't wearing his torch on his head the second time. So
yeah. Dan Monaghan says, "Evening, ladies." No ladies here, mate. But good evening, Dan Monaghan from Demon Productions.
Yes. Good evening, Dan.
So, Mark, UK World Pool Group. Been a big advocate of LDM TV, like I said earlier. and many other pool communities and venues, etc. A lot of regular posting about upcoming competitions, live streams, general news from around the world. I mean, for me, it's a really good resource for information. When and how did it start, and what was your driver behind it?
Again, my drive is in the game of pool. Getting to the age now where I'm not at my prime. So this is like a second opportunity, which has turned out to be a bigger opportunity than I ever thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That started August the 2nd last year. Myself and Tommy Donlan, we entered a seniors event at Phoenix Q Sports in Nottingham. It was a weekend event, so we stopped the night. We all sat there chatting at the end of the evening. I was listening, and that's where the idea started. Within 3 days, I started the group.
Brilliant.
And it's as simple as that. It has diversified so many different times since that date. You know, we can't plan anything long term.
No.
Things change a hell of a lot, you know, and it's just again adapting to whatever's out there and getting the information out there around the world.
Well, you've got a lot of followers, haven't you? I think the last time I checked, it's over 5,500.
We've got 5.5 group members on the main group on Facebook. We've got 850 on the classified group. Right. 2,300 on the Facebook page. Yeah. We've got 1,102 on Twitter, 124 on Instagram. Yep. We have a WhatsApp account, but we don't really use it, and we've got an Instagram account as well with 124 members. Right. And so a YouTube channel, which again we are going to be linking that to our next project. So when you're posting out to social media, are you doing everything individually, or have you got it all like connected up so you post once and it goes everywhere? Got it individually because some countries not allowed certain social media sites. So if you can't send to China certain things, and you can't send to wherever, you know, it's all very. I'm used to that now, so I know what they are. I can put everything virtually out on Facebook, but there's certain things that certain countries prefer on YouTube, and vice versa, and it's hard to. But you know, YouTube, because we've not had any of our own events, has only a small subscription at the moment, 49 subscribers. Yeah. We've got over 1,000 videos on there. Yeah, yeah. All different, like yourself. Yeah. That ball from Cyprus, Malta 2018, the World 8 Ball Federation, France, Australia, you name it. We've got about 75 different playlists that I keep adding to, drills and trick shots. You know, we don't get any payment for that. It doesn't matter how many times, how many thousands of views they get. The original owner of that video gets them. It's just another source of information. Yeah. You know, hopefully, you know, people will find it on our page and they'll probably subscribe to the original sender's channel then. Yeah, yeah. But hopefully to ours as well. But like I say, until we start doing his own events, which was planned for this year, but obviously for obvious reasons we've not done any yet. But next year, we've got more plans in place. Yeah. Well, are you looking to start streaming to your channel, or? Bit up in the air at the moment. Not 100% sure. Right. Because, well, really, nobody's really 100% sure what's going to be happening in 2 or 3 months' time. So we're planning different scenarios. Yeah. Basically, for the next 12 months minimum. Some of the events we're looking at are 2022 as well. Okay. So So we are looking ahead. But I know that up to next December, there's quite a few events that can go either way, depending on the COVID situation, really.
Yeah, I was having I was having a conversation with somebody about county because at the beginning of the season that obviously has been cancelled, I just took over as C team captain for Cambridgeshire and as the county manager. And obviously we got all sorted, ready for the season. All our teams were set, all ready to go. And then obviously COVID hit, and
Yes.
well, eventually the season was completely cancelled. But I was having a conversation with somebody to say, like, well, I wonder if they'll postpone it another season. I know it's really too early to say, but
it is really.
You know, clubs aren't even up and running.
No.
You know, by the time the clubs get up and running and people can actually start playing team events again, you can't launch straight into county again, can you?
No, I can't see it being feasible at the moment because, like with Leicestershire, we've got 6 teams. We must take at least 60 players, if not more.
Yes, right.
To each event, to each monthly venue.
Well, if you've got an A team and a B team and a C team, and you've got at least 10 players in each, that's 30.
No, this is that is just that's the EPA side. That is the world rules side.
Oh, right.
We've started. Well, I was in talks. I'm part of it, but very little on the organising side with the Club 147 in Leicester. Regarding we'd entered this season for the Black Ball, which should have been the first season, and then it got obviously cancelled. There should be minimum 4, if not 5 teams entering from that. So that will be in the Black Ball, which is there is an A and a B and a C.
Yeah.
But the 6 teams in the EPA, the world rules, you've got an A, a B, seniors, juniors, ladies.
Well, I was going to say, in Black Ball, you've got masters, seniors, youths, ladies, A, B, C. So you've still got sort of 7 teams, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the players from A, B and C can play seniors and masters as well. So it does reduce the numbers slightly. But you're still not going to be getting 80 to 100 people in a venue at the minute. No. Well, I can't see it happening for... I can't see it happening next season.
Around the country that could hold that safely, but they'd have to be big venues.
And then you start looking at things like Golden 8 Ball and Bapto, and you think, are they going to be able to go ahead next year? It's
again. Sharon Griffiths, she's the organizer with her company on that, and I've spoken to her regarding that and other things. Who knows? I
know it's a massive unknown, but you just look at what's happened since last March, and we're coming up nearly a year later, and it's like, well, things are going to take a long time to get back to normal as it is.
I don't think we'll get back to normal. Not normal.
No.
That's my personal view. People want to play pool, but can't put the venues at risk.
No, that's right.
Without the venues, you haven't got events, and you haven't got anywhere to practice. You haven't got anywhere to socialise. So things have to be taken slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
And sticking to the rules that are out there. Yeah. That's why I think what you're doing with the virtual side of it, what I call virtual.
Yeah.
Events can be arranged with somebody in the same village as you or same town as you, but it can also be arranged in somebody in Australia. Yeah,
that's right. I mean, well, we've had a couple of players from the Balearic Islands. We have Victor Vera.
That's it. Yeah. As we're speaking now, you could have 2 players speaking. I speak to Australia with the BI, Black Ball International, in there, and it's just like you're speaking to somebody that could be next door, in the next room.
Yeah.
So, as regards virtual, I wouldn't like to think it would go down that route 100% because you'd lose a lot with the events, the social gathering, the meeting people from all around the world. You know, that is part
Yeah.
of it.
And I think most people that have been adapting and offering some sort of cross-table competition that's as competitive as possible realises it's only a temporary thing. It just seems to be going on a lot longer. And the trouble is, if you start looking at, you know, the money matches, competitions where you pay fees, people reffing, then doing international competitions, you still got to come down to the fact that you got to trust people. Trust people are setting it up correctly. You know, there was a lot of chatter about people, you know, putting the racks too high and then having to prove with photos that they hadn't, and you know, making sure people haven't modified their tables or they're using smaller balls, or do you know what I mean? But if you're there in person,
Yeah, obviously. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, there's always been an etiquette with pool, snooker, billiards that I still believe in.
Yeah.
Personally, and I wouldn't like to think, you know, that I have any friends that would break that etiquette.
No, that's right.
There's certain rules, but you know, who knows? Who knows?
I mean, from all of the players that we've had through LDM TV, and I would say we've probably had around 60 different players across all competitions, and we've not had a single issue. Not one.
No.
Yeah, I think people are just pleased to be able to get together and play, meet different people. You know, we've met some fantastic people over lockdown, first lockdown, when we first started this. You know, you got players from Ireland, Scotland, up north, down south, abroad, and people are connecting one-on-one to play their matches. And yeah, like I say, getting to meet different people. When we ran the 36-player league, we had 3 leagues of 12, and everybody had to play everyone once. So you're 11 different players that you were connecting to on voice conference and playing pool with. And just last week, actually, somebody was telling me they played in the competition, and then afterwards they carried on playing until 4 o'clock in the morning with somebody else that was playing in the competition on Friday, and said they had a right old laugh. And that's the first time they've met them.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's me speaking to people around the world regarding events and whatever. I sort of get within the first 2 minutes of talking to them, I know whether they're on the same wavelength as me.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they're out to make a quick buck. And I will say, you know, this is not what we do.
No,
we do it for the love of the game. I'm doing all this, you know. Okay, yeah, it's great. It got me through the lockdown.
Yeah.
You know, I came back from Great Yarmouth from the inter-county on March the 1st.
Yeah.
Went for a blood test on March the 2nd. And ever since then, I've only been out the house 10 times.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I've spoken to so many different people with so much enthusiasm for the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And can see what I'm doing, or what we're doing, sorry, that it just keeps you going. It just really does keep you going. It's not about making millions, and, you know, it'd be nice, but nobody's
Yeah, I mean, I work full time in something completely unrelated to pool, so this is all a sideshow. yeah. It's a strange one, and unless you're a pool lover, you won't understand where I'm coming from. People have already said, you know, since day one, oh, you're making money out of this then. You're making money out of it. No, I mean, it's like it at all sports. I came from a football background, so up until sort of about 4 or 5 years ago, I was a coach, coaching my lad from age 7, you know, up to adult, and then I didn't want to carry on doing adult football, you know, and I didn't want to start again. And my son wasn't playing youth football anymore, so I thought I need to do something else now. Yeah. So, you know, turned my attention to playing pool. You just set up a team with friends, and then it's just escalated from there. 4 years later, and I'm sitting here talking to you about your fantastic UK World Pool website group.
Which we haven't announced yet.
I meant group. I said UK World Pool group. Although, to be fair, UKWorldPool.com has been teased and teased for weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I can't see it anywhere on my screen now, so
So we'll come on to that. So we were actually we were talking about lockdown and virtual pool and obviously socialising, and actually I do think there's been some good benefits for people that might get a bit lonely or maybe suffer mentally because of not being able to go out and being locked down. So I do think actually the lockdown cross table pools helped in some way keep people a little bit chipper, and like I said, meeting new people, and a lot of people have been playing matches outside of anything that LDM TV's doing or or we're doing or announcing. They're just chucking a little message out, does anyone want a game of pool, and then they're getting on with it and they're connecting and playing. So yeah. So in terms of, obviously we've talked about the LDM cross table, obviously with your fingers on a lot of pulses. Have you seen anything else around the world that sort of really amazes you?
Well, there's plenty out there trying, that are doing different formats and different rules of the game in virtual aspects. Yeah. But to me, the formats are a lot too short on some of them. South Africa with their Zoom pool, they started in April, I think it was March or April time. Yeah. I sort of joined them in early May, and just to help promote and share what they're doing, and they've come on leaps and bounds with agile sports, and they started off with a league with, I think the first league had 20 players, and now this next league season is got 46 players.
Right, and there's players from all around the world. Because I know one of our regulars, Rob Holt's playing in.
Yeah, I was going to say Rob's
league,
playing in there. Yeah, and he's just like he plays on a Wednesday. I think he played yesterday, and then on a Friday he'll play in your event. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just as easy to play somebody in South Africa. Yeah. Again, with pool, they've always got that little bit of banter. And we've had that banter with the South Africans and whatever, and it's really, really, I mean, just bringing a smile to people's faces as well. Yeah, seeing there's some top players in South Africa. Don't get me wrong, Aiden Joseph, Jason Theron, Amy Claire King, to mention a few. Wayne Parker, he's World Trick Shot Championship champion. 2012, I think it was. He'll probably pull me up on that and say, but to talk to these people, and they speak a different language. A lot of them speak Afrikaans. Right. But straight away, as soon as I joined the meetings, they would just say, no Afrikaans, we speak English. Yeah. And somebody would slip back into the Afrikaans. Yeah. But they'd say, oh, apologies, sorry, Mark. So I've had to pick a bit up on that. So I'm speaking a bit of Afrikaans. Only about 2 or 3 words, but enough to get on.
Talking about South Africa, and good evening, Daz McCarthy, who says hello to myself and Mark.
Good evening, Daz.
On Sunday, we have our LDM XT Rules International match, UK versus South Africa. Obviously, we had our first one a couple of weeks ago, and that was the UK versus Ireland. Worked really well, 5v5. I can tell you the UK team off the top of my head. Andy Lucas, former world champion, is captain. And he's joined by Daz McCarthy, Carl Rowe, who also says good evening, Rob Holt, and Cameron Tolley. That is quite a strong team.
Now, I know South Africa is Wayne Parker, Atty, who I call is Adrian Endelbrecht.
Yeah.
We call him Atty. There's Kyle Akalu, Aidan Joseph, and Charles Yonk.
Yeah.
Again, Aidan Joseph is many times, I think, under 23s champion South Africa. You know, so there's going to be no walkover with this. I obviously know these players from seeing them, and they've got a real good setup out there and with their own tables and whatever. You know, it's
well, they've properly mixed it up because they're going to play the LDM XT rules.
It's going to be a good match
this Sunday, and then in 2 weeks' time we'll play again, and then we'll be playing the Zoom rules. So it'll be interesting to see how the teams fare across the two sets of rules against each other.
Yes, yeah, it's good. Be a good format that will both rule sets, and it's both very similar. Both played under black ball rules, or variations of, with handicap systems, etc.
And our captain Andy Lucas is in the house. Hello, mate. How you doing? Are you going to win on Sunday?
Tell him he's got to watch those middle pockets, Andy. He'll know what I mean.
Right, okay. So, I have to ask you.
No.
I do.
Go on then.
Oh, I hear you've been working on a new website.
Never. Where did you hear that from?
And not only that, you've got something to share with us, haven't you? Something really exciting.
Am I? Yes. Again, through working with the South Africans, what we do, we don't charge, we don't make money, but they were very impressed with what we did to help them promote their Zoom pool.
Yeah. And
one of their sponsors is now building, or in process of finishing off, our website. CMS with Werner Wessels, who is also a referee for South Africa in pool, a massive Q Sports fan.
Yeah.
And very, very professional website builder. Got his own company, and he's building this with my help. We're doing it between us.
Yeah.
And we're going to launch it a week tomorrow.
Oh, week tomorrow.
11th of December.
What time?
Not going to say yet because I've not decided.
Depends on how much sleep you get the night before, yeah?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Basically what we aim to do is make this our main link to all our other Facebook groups, but not just ours, but to everybody else in the world, basically, if possible, is by building an A to Z of Q Sport directory of links through social media, through websites, etc. That people, players, groups, leagues, organisations, any rule set can add their logo with the link to their group, or whatever, and it will be filtered with whatever rule set they want, or a venue, or a live stream, or whatever. So people are looking in certain country, they can filter that as well. You know, it's all being professionally done. I know they're not all entered yet, nowhere near all entered yet, but I know there's at least 250 to 300 that are going in there straight away.
Right.
But my target for the end of next year, and I think it's a realistic target, I'm looking at getting 2,000 groups in there on the website. Yeah, but it would also link to our websites. It would link to our main sponsors and working partners
Yeah.
website, which is Black Ball Tables, with Michaela Tabb and Ross McInnes. Ross, who I've worked with, never met him, spoke to him on many occasions, but ever since I started the group, he recognised straight away that, again, within 2 minutes, he knew I got this passion for what I was doing.
Yeah.
And he's been backing me every way. And obviously with Michaela, with the tables, you know, it's just working really well together. So
Yeah, you
I mean,
struck up some really good partnerships over the last 18 months.
yeah, I mean, the working partnerships like yourself at LDM TV is more of a, you put our logo on your stream, or to do with whatever your product is, or venue, and we will promote your whatever you've got. And that's what behind me is showing is the working partners wall, I'll call it.
Yeah, it's cool. That is.
You know, we're talking everybody from, say, with Q and Case, which is the retail side of it, obviously Blackboard Tables as well. But then there's Club 147, there's the EVPF, there's Australia's Black Ball International Federation, BI as well. And then there's Mint Promotions, who design the shirts.
Yeah.
Leicester Hospital Charity, which is our chosen charity.
Yeah.
We are a lot to, obviously, the Racker, MMTV, Andy Appleton's live streaming and venue in Ossett, in Yorkshire. And if you don't know who Andy Appleton is,
do you even know Paul?
just say Andy Appleton is what the only word is, the dog. He's the dog. That's what that's his team. He's his team, the dog.
We've got a question. We've had a question from Daz McCarthy.
Oh no.
He would like to know, what do you think to the new rules, the Ultimate joining up with OMG, and he's put a step backwards in my opinion. So this is what was normally known as Supreme Rules, which was a version of Black Ball rules with a World Rules twist, or the opposite way around. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, it's just a combination. Yeah,
and they've renamed it International Rules.
Well, I wasn't aware of them renaming it, but as far as what I've seen, and I've spoken to one of the gentlemen involved with it, that they're going to be, I don't know if OMG still exists.
Right.
Ultimate Pool is the next step, I think.
Didn't OMG rebranded as Ultimate Pool?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I haven't been told this officially, but that's what I'm guessing.
Well, I did a search for Orange Media Group because I liked their page, and it's now called Ultimate Pool. So I'm assuming they've either rebranded or they've been merged with somebody. I think it must be a rebrand.
It's a rebrand with the look of it, yeah.
And with the Supreme Rules, I'm assuming that Supreme Rules has been renamed, or they've ditched them and just brought out another set of rules. I'm not sure which way around that is either.
No, I'm not. I've not heard of the international rules. I'm still thinking that it's going to be Supreme Rules.
I think they've renamed it, mate, honestly.
Have they?
I'll have to have another look later.
You see, my finger's not always on that pulse.
To be fair, though, you've been busy getting your green screen and your shirt and your chair. You had to build your chair, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I had to build my chair, yes. Build my chair. And, yeah. All on my Todd. In lockdown. No, it's, I mean, international rules, Supreme Rules, whatever. To me, it's just whether it's the same rules, another rule, doesn't make much difference to me.
No.
We've got no, how can I put this? We've got no allegiance at UK World Pool to any rule set.
No, I fully understand that, but there is quite a divide between world rules and black ball rules, which seems to have come closer together over a period of time. Because obviously, if you think back a year or so, 2 years ago, if you played world rules at a high level, you weren't allowed to play black ball, or vice
that
versa.
came out later last year that EPA agreed that you could play both rule sets.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody should be dictating to you that you can and can't play a set of rules in the first place.
No, that is a very, very, very controversial issue with a lot of people. I think, you know, you love pool. It's like us. If somebody came to us now and said, well, if you're going to support this rule set, we don't want anything to do with you.
You'd be like, all right, bye.
Bye.
See you later then.
No. Because that's what we do. It's for pool lovers, whatever the rule set. And that's why we're unique. Every rule set has got their own groups that you can go to, you know, but nobody seems, and they're still not talking to each other, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know, it's still clashing with events. Is ongoing. You know, it's so simple to. You're not going to get it perfect, but surely just by talking to each other, you work in the best interest of the players, the venues.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about what's best for the game of pool.
It'd be like someone coming out and like rewriting the snooker rules, like it's only 4 points for a blue and, you know, 3 points for a pink. And I mean, it just confused the hell out of everyone, wouldn't it?
I mean, I've always said since like with the Supreme Rules, I think it was last year or whatever, that they were going to do this and the approach talking to the EPA. I said, it doesn't matter. If this gets voted in, it doesn't matter what it's called. Let's call it a new rule name. Yeah. And I put a post out there, said, right, we're going to call it, and I can't even remember what I called it now. He said, you're coming up with a new set? I said, no.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And you was just joking, weren't you?
You can't do that. I said, I'm doing it as a joke.
Yeah. People took it so seriously, didn't they?
Yeah. And I thought, oh, no, you really are taking it. It doesn't matter. Okay, people are stuck in the ways, which to a certain extent I am. But everybody, that's part of human nature.
Yeah.
But if you still should have that choice of playing whatever rule set.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, I do like black ball rules; like, they are my favourite rules. But I mean, I took on my streaming gear and did the Lincolnshire county finals last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I live streamed that. There was one match, and I think one frame was over an hour long.
No, that's nothing. Well, some people
yeah, but you should never have a frame that's over an hour long.
You shouldn't. But that's the way the rules are. But at the end of the day, if you look at it just about entertainment value, yeah, okay. World rules are not the best for entertainment value. But some people love them, and they should have that choice to play them. Yeah,
that's right.
You know, I've got some good friends. I mean, I've always played versions of, or you know, including down to the 1980s. I've only ever played one set, one frame of black ball,
right,
in my entire life, and that was in January this year against Chris Melling.
And did you just think, wow, this is one of the best sets of rules I've ever played?
Well, I only had 2 shots. It was an exhibition, and I played him. You know, I've played world rules virtually all my life, but it doesn't stop me. I know all the ins and outs, and people that I play with now. He's just qualified for England, David Warman. You know, and I said about these black ball tournaments. He says, no, I'm going to stick with what I know, and you know, which I don't blame him, but I gave him that opportunity. And he said, no, I will stick, because I'm in England now, playing for England, and you know, I'm going to stick with the world rules, which is fair enough. That's his choice. Nothing against him.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, a lot of people call for saying there should only be one set of rules in the UK on the
been doing that for
black
they've
ball
been doing
table.
that as long as I can remember. Which it may happen, but as long as people get that choice, that's the thing. People, people need to have that choice. Doesn't matter what rule set Ultimate Pool are fashioning.
Yeah,
If it entertains and does the job that people enjoy watching it, then so be it.
yeah.
That's the way I look at it. It's like that's why I don't play any ball. People would find me boring, I think, on the table. Oh no, I don't know. No, I just blame my age.
Oh
But
dear.
no, so you started me off now.
I must tell everyone that we had a quick meet and greet on Tuesday night, and
Oh yes,
it's like, right, Mark, we've obviously we that was the first time we'd seen each other face to face and had a conversation like this, and we were obviously doing our testing and making sure our equipment was all working and talking about what we were going to do, and that we just keep it relaxed, and we'll go with the flow, and we'll have some topics, and we'll obviously ask questions from
What
people
topic?
watching, and yeah, I thought, so we'll have a good 5-10 minutes. We'll test the audio. I'll record a little bit of footage, and we'll make sure everything's working. We'll come up with a quick plan, and then I'll see you on Thursday. And we actually spent an hour talking. It got to the stage where I was like, right, we need to stop. Otherwise, we've got nothing to talk about on Thursday.
Oh yeah, we've always got something to talk about regards pool.
So, what other topics have you got on your list?
Oh, I can't remember now.
We've consumed all mine.
You don't. Well, I mean, obviously the website's going to be a big step.
Yeah.
And again,
So for anyone that's just joined us, Mark Smith from UK World Pool, and they've announced that next Thursday they will be launching their next Friday.
yeah,
Oh, a week Friday.
a week tomorrow.
Right,
11th.
a week tomorrow. So a week
I
tomorrow.
went through this the other day, on this rehearsal thing
Yeah.
that we did.
Yeah. Yeah, UKWorldPool.com, the A to Z directory of all things pool related. Any rule set, anywhere, anytime,
Any place.
any place.
That sounds good for an advert, that does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So Cole Rose says the LDM XT rules have the best players by far. Yeah, you can't see the chat at the minute, Mark, but there's a little bit of banter going on that Dan Monaghan thinks the more talented pool players are playing world rules. And Darren says, nah, you're wrong.
Is that the extent of the banter?
Yeah, and then Ben Wilson says you are definitely wrong with that comment. better players are not in world rules.
See, you could never really get a 100% correct answer on that.
No.
Because I know a lot of the world rule players, like I said, regards David Warman, even my captain Paul Upton, who was England player in the late 80s, early 90s. He's always played world rules. Now, just because he's not played black ball rules doesn't mean, he could pick a cute. He could probably start playing snooker.
Yeah.
If he wasn't so. Well, he'll probably tell me off for this, but he's old. He's older than me, so. But no, he's got it.
But mate, I've seen black ball players go and play in world rules competitions and win them. So.
Yeah, well, I've seen. I mean, Sonny Chambers. I'll give you that one. And when we're going back to the 80s as well, he plays for the Leicestershire County World Rules. he would play any rules anywhere, and he would play as good as anybody.
Yeah.
Tommy Donlan. Now I'll put Tommy against anybody
Yeah.
at Black Ball rules or World rules, and that's a definite.
Yeah.
So Tommy is an awesome player, absolutely awesome.
Have you followed much of the IPA being on the telly before lockdown?
The IPA one.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's
Really,
Black Ball
no.
rules, but how well they've done in terms of promoting the game?
Yeah, I mean, Black Ball rules is Black Ball rules. If it doesn't matter, again, I don't believe in all this promotion or whatever. Rules are rules, and Black Ball rules are more entertaining. Yes, like you say, you won't get a Black Ball frame lasting an hour.
We ain't been down our club, mate. I mean, we've had some players walking around that table like they haven't got a care in the world, and they haven't got a home to go to.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, with regards to the IPA, no, I don't watch that much pool. I really don't, because I don't have time.
Yeah.
When the pool's on, I'm sharing it and doing other things, etc. Yeah, I can see how many views they've had and everything, and I do take note. But it's everything's good for the game.
Yeah.
In a certain way, doesn't matter if it's two guys playing in the basement, which I've seen on many occasions.
Yeah.
That they've got a scoreboard hanging from the beam, and they've got a bit of music in the background, which they'll probably get chucked off Facebook for. But I'll share it.
Yeah.
But I'll also share the IPA. But I'll also share Moscone.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, right. Let's get off the topic of which set of rules is the best rules.
I ain't got no. Don't bring me into that.
I got another one for you then. Supreme tables have been what I would class as competition tournament leaders for years and years and years. Are Black Ball tables a big competition against Supreme tables?
Yes. Black Ball tables are built with the idea of being a club table, but also a professional players table.
Yep.
A tournament table, event table, as well as a club table. But they're not just. It's hard to explain. Supreme tables have been around a long time.
They're everybody's go-to table. If you're going to buy a table for home and you've got enough money, you're going to buy Supreme over everything. Up until maybe a year, 18 months ago, 2 years.
Well, it's only just over 2 years that Black Ball tables have been around. Black Ball tables, give them another 2 years, and you'll be probably reversing the question. All right? That's my opinion.
Right.
That's why Black Ball tables would be at the World Championships would have been a couple of weeks ago in Australia.
Yeah.
So if they weren't the best tables, why would they be going to be used for the Black Ball World Championship in Australia?
Fair enough. They did a massive job of promoting the Black Ball tables with the 50 grand tournament. I mean, I ran a couple of qualifiers on live stream for one of the local events. Yeah.
Again, UK World Pool were planned to have an event on that week. We were going to be the UK World Pool Masters.
Yeah.
And what a one-day event on the week that the 50k finals were going to be in Carlisle.
Right.
Carlisle. Was it Carlisle? No.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't remember now. My age. But no, obvious for obvious reasons, Ross has had to cancel that. But next year, bigger and better. That's the way we're going to get through this, and you know, blackboard tables will be here for a lot more years to come.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the feedback I've had for blackboard tables is the pockets are slightly tighter than Supreme, and balls stick to the cushion.
Yeah.
So anybody in the comments that's actually played on one, let me know. One of our players has got a blackboard table temporarily, and he loves it. Absolutely loves it. And like he said, the literally you play any ball along the cushion, and it stays to it.
Mr. Glazebrook.
Yes, Mr. Glazebrook.
I spotted it.
Oh, you spotted it, did you?
Yes, I got a photo of it. I took a screenshot of it because it looked a really good setup in his conservatory. See, I was watching. I've seen it and I thought, yeah, it's really nice. It's a good advert. I mean, it's a good advertisement for blackboard tables.
Yeah.
You know, until people start to actually play on them in events. You know, bearing in mind, lockdown is now literally 9 month old.
Right.
So, blackboard tables has been going just over 2 years. We've been only going 16 months. So half of the time we've been in lockdown.
Yeah.
But we've got over 12,000 followers, likes, whatever.
Yeah.
I will not. One of the rules is a conflict of interest. You know, as much as I like different tables or different, how can I put this? Say Supreme Rules came to me and said, would you advertise our tables? I'll say, not as though I don't want to, but I'm with blackboard tables. And it would be a conflict of interest. So,
Andy's saying Blackboard Tables website went live yesterday.
yes.
And Darren says there's 2 tables in March near where we live, an elite and a standard. And Andy says there's 2 types. There's a club table and an elite table.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm assuming that the elite tables are the ones that'll be going to the Worlds and other major tournaments.
Yes.
And then the club tables will be the ones that are going to be obviously in your local pub or club or at home. Or
That's right, yeah, because there's free play versions and coin operated versions.
Hendry Erasmus from the South African contingent says, hi Mark and Kelley.
Right, Hendry. Hi, Hank.
Cole Rowe asks if he can advertise his pool coaching on your website.
No.
That's Cole. He said no.
Who asked that?
Cole Rowe.
Oh yes, of course he can.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I'm sure Steve. Obviously, I've not mentioned much of my business partner Steve Morris, because this is sort of my side of the business.
Yeah.
And Steve is the coaching side, snooker coaching as well.
Yeah.
Plus he played England with Mick Hill, Phil Harrison, you name it. He's done it.
Yeah.
Fantastic player, fantastic guy. But this year has been a bit redundant for him, really, because he can't get out there and do what he wants to do. So, well, that's his excuse anyway. He's left it all to me.
Well, it looks like we've got Cole Rowe some coaching time, because Darren would like to book some time.
Yeah.
Hendry, Team UK are ready. And Darren would like 100 hours, Cole. 100 hours breaking? Can you teach him how to break?
That sounds good.
I did actually have something else. Yeah, I was going to ask you actually, because it's not just UK World Pool that you sort of do as sort of projects to do with pool. Is there anything else you do? There's 1 or 2 other things, or?
I'm admin on for Facebook group, the Region 8 pool, which is the EPA side.
Right.
for the counties groups or county teams. I've created also a group, World Black Ball Live, with Ross McInnes and Black Ball Tables as sponsors.
Yeah. What's that going to do?
Sorry?
What's that going to be for?
Well, once, obviously, Black Ball events go live, we'll be hopefully streaming as much as we can just Black Ball on there.
Right.
So if people do want to just see Black Ball, they can come to UK World Pool anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
But Black Ball will be on that site, or variations of Black Ball.
Yeah.
Again, like with yourselves and Zoom Pool. But then I was asked on January the 2nd this year by Black Ball International, Mark Cottenham, to help with their social media side. So we created Black Ball International Worldwide Events, which I'm admin. I don't get involved with any of the ins and outs and whatever Black Ball International do on the organising side. I just help with the social media side, with the YouTube channel. But again, this year has gone sort of flat.
Yeah, it's just fell by the wayside, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're still there. We're still there, and you know. But I'm also involved with Optimum Pool Promotions with Tony Brown from St Helens. One of the main events he does is the St Helens Open, which is then will be in his 6th year next year. We've entered a team from UK World Pool, which is our first event.
Yep.
So I'm not revealed who the team members are yet, but it's a combination of Black Ball players and World Rules players.
Yep. I must check my spam. I must have missed that email.
Yeah. But the total age is 572 years old between the 8 of us.
Wow.
Yes. So there's some experience there. Just say that.
Right.
But
So you've got a couple of youth players then.
Pardon?
You must have a couple of youth players in there.
Yeah. Well, no, it's quite an experienced team. That's all I'm allowed to say. I'm not going to go down and upset anybody. But no, we're really looking forward to that. And obviously, with the St Helens side of it, they do quite a bit of other events around there that I'm involved in.
So they're planning that for next year now, are they?
Well, everything's going to be next year, isn't it? So not going to be nothing happening before Christmas.
Well, yeah, but I still don't think that anybody's going to rush into planning anything too soon.
Well, the St Helens should have been the end of January. It's now been put back until middle of April. Sorry.
Yeah.
So with the proviso, it could be moved again. It will happen.
Darren would also like to know if you would promote top commentary teams.
Yeah, new one.
The Whiz Beach Wizard.
I heard yourself and Darren commentating on the money match. I think it was
Mark Warnes.
Yes.
Where he missed that black in the middle.
When it was about 8 hours.
It was a bloody long game, 6.5 hours that was.
And I think Darren was on the Free Sports.
The next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do remember sort of. I do tend to not pick the right matches to watch, really, do I? I mean, of all the matches I wanted to watch,
Oh, mate, it was fabulous because obviously Mark lost and then Darren went on to win and I got my money back. So I was like, woohoo!
Yeah.
Well done, Darren.
That's what it's all about. But now there's plenty other. I mean, we've been asked to promote the English Black Ball Pool Federation, which is obviously the English main organisation
Yeah.
for Black Ball. Promote their tour next year. So I've done the posters for that.
Yeah.
So, and most of the events are taking place at like the Lounge and the Appletons White Rose,
Yeah.
which we already help anyway, and they have our logos on their stream, and I create posters for them and promote their events.
Yeah.
You know, so it's all about helping each other
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
at the end of the day. So, you know, like you've helped me, I've tried to help you in whatever ways I can, but I can also do that with people all around the world. So it's, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, the NBL, the National Billiards League, which starts in January in America with Eduardi. That is going to be, if it goes ahead on time, is going to be massive. I mean, massive. But it starts with the lower ranking players,
Yeah.
or unranked players. So it's giving everybody from amateur right through to the top players near the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they're all in like local competitions for a start. But you get money even in the local competitions.
Right. Okay.
Very well organised, 32 states
Yeah.
in America. So again, it's, you know, and America is basically very hard to break into, to say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got another question from Hendry
Yeah.
from South Africa. He wants to know if you've got any chance of beating Team UK.
No.
Well, I was going to ask you what you thought the odds were, but I mean that's just a blanket no, mate. What about? Are we talking at LDMXT or both?
No, I think you need to win. UK needs to win the first round,
Right.
because I think, I was going to say on home soil, but
Well, it's home rules, isn't it?
home rules, yes. I think they're going to take some stopping.
Right. I've not seen a lot.
Very, very experienced, very, very good team.
I've not seen a lot of the Zoom pool. I know that they're playing on different. They've been playing on different tables, different pocket sizes. Obviously, we stated that if you're going to play LDMX2 rules, then you've got to have the same standard table as us.
Yeah.
I mean, prediction wise, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, UK beat Ireland 20
I think it's going to be very close.
to 5.
I think it's going to be very close.
I'll go for. All right, I'll go 15-10 to UK.
I'll go the opposite then.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's going to be closer than that. I'd say 13-12 either way.
Wow. That is close.
Can you get half points?
No.
But no, the Zoom pool, you could play on 9-foot tables, 7x4, 6x3s, Chinese pool tables.
But then they handicap the.
Yeah, then you're handicapped
Yeah.
on your ability and your table.
Right.
So it's a good format. It's an excellent format. But now they're doing a lot more with, I think 9-ball as well, through Agile Sports and whatever. So it's really taking off. Really taking off.
Fantastic. Okay, and has anybody got any questions for myself or for Mark? Yeah, I know we touched on the cross table competitions, and we're talking about the UK versus South Africa with the LDMXT rules, and a couple of weeks ago the UK played Ireland. We was also supposed to play the Balearic Islands with Victor Vera, their captain over there. Unfortunately, he was struck down with COVID, so they had to quarantine away. from his fellow teammates. They were all going to play off one table. And I do need to speak to Victor about reorganising that match soon.
Yeah.
What do you think the chances of having some sort of international cross-table tournament or?
Definitely. I've already spoken to a couple of countries and sort of planted the seed, if you know what I mean. I'm going to keep it under my hat at the moment, until we know for definite, but obviously get this. Well, we're looking at next year again, aren't we? So, time you've played the home and away with South Africa, you've got the Balearics to hopefully
fit in at some point during the month.
Yeah, and then next year we can look at either creating another challenge match, home and away, or home and away rules, or whatever, or a tournament with 5 or 6 teams. I think somebody mentioned, and I can't remember who it was, about like a Six Nations. I think
that was Stevie Ferris from Ireland.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, because out of the Six Nations, all you've got at the moment, and I have actually spoken to one of the players in France, who hopefully would be up for this as well. So it would be literally the Six Nations. England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, France, Italy, yes, as well.
So that's definitely something we can discuss. I mean, the only thing that concerns me, because I know when we were talking on Tuesday about some of the other options, because we got carried away with our little technical test, we were saying about the possible, other players around the UK wanting to form an England team, and lots of other people want to play in big team competitions, and the possibility was that we could actually end up having, instead of actually having it as an international competition, open it up to more like a team competition, but you still state which nation you're from.
Yeah, it's like I say, you could have a team called the British Bulldogs, whatever, and then you can still have your UK team, or I don't know, whatever name you want to call yourselves, as long as you state.
So we could have a UK team, an England team, a GB team.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, you can call yourself. I mean, it's like the St Helens Open that they've all got team names, from I think the Misfits to I can't remember offhand now. I mean, obviously UK World Pool.
Yeah.
There's St Helens A, St Helens B. There's Sun Valley, which is the Nottingham team, which has been very successful with in the St Helens Open, with like Clint Ianson, Pat Kelley, I think Phil Marriott, who I used to play in the same team as.
Right.
But yeah, it's certainly worth, because there's no set rules. There's no set rules on how the competition is going to work, so we can sort of.
Oh no, it can be shaped to whatever we want it to be, but I mean, it's whether or not it's opening it up to more players, or you stick to keeping it as a like a VIP type international tournament. But my biggest concern is, as things start to relax and clubs start to open and series events start to get underway, the appeal to play the virtual online stuff will start to wane. And you think, well, you could end up putting a hell of a lot of effort into something and finding that it just disappears, because people can actually get to a club and play in a proper face-to-face competition.
I think that there would be space still there for virtual pool.
Yeah.
Because of the travelling, of the organisation, if it's just once a month or whatever, you can do that. You don't have a venue, So you're not clashing with anybody else. You can organise events, you can organise leagues that you can play from home or play from your local club.
Yeah.
From you know, if they've got the Wi-Fi and the table and everything available.
That's a very good point, actually, because obviously the virtual pool right now is only really open to people that have got a table at home.
Yeah.
And I suppose once clubs start to get open again, and you can go and hire a table down at your local club, if you've got a tripod in your phone, get on their Wi-Fi, you could then join in with those competitions as well.
A lot of the clubs as well have got already set up their live streams and everything. There's quite a few, and it doesn't take that. I mean, look at me. I mean, you know, it doesn't take that much to get a stream set up.
No, that's right. I mean, if you set your camera up so you
Wi-Fi.
can see your table, you just need to be able to connect with your opponent so they can see it, and it's job done, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then you just need like something like Zoom so you can connect to a host who's going to stream it, like LDM TV or Agile.
I just can't see it stopping altogether. I think there's still going to be room for that.
Yeah.
Because it's going to give opportunities that people can't get the dates because of venues being booked or whatever.
Yeah.
There's only a certain amount of venues, and thinking about it now, there's less venues now than there was last year because places have closed because of the virus.
Yeah.
So, and a lot more people have got the tables at home. A lot more people, but also they've got that they can book a table for an afternoon.
Yeah, that's right.
At a venue and say, "Can I book it for 4 hours?" Set the camera up, off you go. Play somebody in Australia.
So we could put it out there and ask, what some of the players, anybody else has got a table at home, what they think. Would you like to be able to form a team of your own 5? Do you want to be picked for a team, an international team? Do you want to? I mean, because you could do. I mean, the Six Nation idea is great, but it still limits the amount of players, don't it?
Yeah, well, I still believe that starting at a lower level and building yourself up, that would be my way of looking at it.
Yeah.
To be quite honest.
So we can open it up and have more.
You've got to a certain level with yourself now and other people doing the stream. Let's take it to that next level. Let's not jump 2 or 3 levels and think, right, well, a massive competition and all this. You're going to find problems on the way, aren't you?
Yeah.
You don't want them to happen in the big events. So
that's right.
That's the way I, things like that are not going to happen overnight.
Well, no, and it hasn't.
It's still going to be a lot easier than, like I was talking to. I mean, Australia took well over, I think it was getting on for 300 people to Cyprus last year, and to organise that for the Nations Cup, from Australia to Cyprus, 300 people, it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
So to take that organisation out of there, just not to take away from, you still have the Nations Cup, you still give the people that opportunity to go and socialise and meet other people, because that's what makes the game what it is.
Yeah.
But you give them other opportunities, you're not taking opportunities away, and again it's giving players other choices, and that's what it's all about as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Right, okay. I have exhausted my topics and questions list. Have you got anything else on your list you'd like to talk about?
No, as I say, it's just mainly that, I do want to promote the website. There will be a form that anybody with a group, a league, even a player can join the website.
Yeah.
And a lot of players have got their own Facebook pages. So they will all be, like, I wouldn't say vetted, but pre-approved by myself as admin.
Yeah.
But there's an online form you fill in, name, link, logo, whatever rule set or whatever you're doing, etc. And then I'll have a look. Yeah, that's fine. Check it out. Press submit. You're on the A to Z.
Brilliant. And then they can.
Now, if you
And
want to
then
become a working partner, then obviously you'll get a bit of extra exposure on the website.
yeah.
You'll get a gold logo like the ones in the background around you that shows, because we are professionals that only work with professionals.
Yeah.
So that's my sort of way of getting, I can recommend these without telling you, these people are good at what they do.
Yeah.
So
Well, I can't wait until next Friday. Definitely
11th.
Friday, yeah. Definitely Friday, yeah. Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah, to see what your vision has been turned into. It's all very well talking about it, but I want to see it.
It will not. It will be as good as we can get it for next Friday.
Yeah.
But it won't be sort of thing that we leave there and then in 3 months' time come back to it. Oh, I'll add a bit of this news. It'll be a day-to-day changing.
Yeah.
Our links will have the latest posts on our groups next to them on our Facebook page, on our website. So when you go into the website, you'll see our link to our group, and the last post that was put on there will be next to that, and that will update every second.
Brilliant.
You have all your notifications on there, how many times you've visited, all new events, and we will be adding to it daily.
Excellent.
So,
yeah, it sounds pretty awesome. I can't wait to see it. I see some of the graphics you've been doing and the video, the logo video.
oh, that the first one you did.
Yeah,
so
I did the first one. Yeah.
But no, but then you pointed me in the right direction, and I've gone a bit further with those now.
Little bit of an insider's secret for you.
Yes, thank you.
that definitely saves time, doesn't it?
Oh, it was a massive. I mean, it still took me a couple of hours, but I know I can get it down to probably less than 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you can jump on there and create stuff as and when you want, can't you?
Yeah, it's going to save me a lot of time.
Yeah.
So but that's what we do. It's helping each other.
Yeah, spot on.
So, I say there's no bias to anything in the world. I'm the least biased person out there. And it's the game I love. It's what I've loved ever since I can remember. And to finally finish it off, just before we do go, I actually received a book from Australia from Jane Lindrum.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the daughter of Horace Lindrum. Now, again, if you don't know who Horace Lindrum is, there was Horace and Walter Lindrum in the 20s and 30s, 40s and 50s, playing billiards, world champions, you name it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I've been sharing some of the videos on the group, but we will have an archives side on the website as well, which I am going to be relying on a lot of people if they've got anything, paper cuttings, videos, anything that we can store on there. I'm not asking for the originals. I'm just asking for links to places or
scans, photos, links,
photos. Just the archives are a fantastic way of looking back and thinking, you know what, that looks really hard. I don't and never really noticed that so much about billiards and it's so interesting to me. And again, unless you're a pool lover or a cue sport lover, you won't understand. But no, to receive a signed book from Jane Lindrum, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's and then it's just a matter of, I don't know. It's my life now.
Yeah, it consumes you.
Well, I'm tattooed. You missed that one.
I Oh yeah, Mark, I must ask you to show your tattoo.
Oh, surprise! Don't look surprised. No, can't do it.
That is dedication. Look at that. Look. That's dedication for you. Look, when you get your
See?
own Facebook logo imprinted on your arm. Or did that come first?
There, look. It's on behind me. That's what it's all about. It's my good luck charm. My
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Awesome. So again, just a quick recap. ukworldpool.com website launches next Friday.
Next Friday. Probably late afternoon, early evening, because of the time differences around the world.
So before we sign off, we are pushing nearly an hour and a half, which beats our Tuesday night ramblings. Mark Smith, do you have any questions for me?
Have you got any tattoos?
I do not have a tattoo.
No, seriously, no. I'm just glad that we've had this chat. I'm hoping we carry on working together for as long as we can physically carry on working together. You know, I love what you're doing, what you've done for the game, especially obviously in lockdown. You know, and it's the closest you're going to get to playing in a club.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
the banter, the Mickey taking, but still good pool as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So it's great. You know, it has kept me sane for the 9 months, I think.
Well, I must say, mate, I know when we spoke on Tuesday, he was quite nervous about tonight, but I think we've done pretty well to keep talking for an hour and a half. I personally think you're a natural at it.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I do.
No, I can't. No, I'm only 22 years old. Look at me.
We've literally just sat here for an hour and a half talking about various different things, and I think we've done well. So well done, mate.
Thank you for your time, and whoever's been watching, thank you for the questions, and we look forward to receiving adding all your groups, leagues, events, all to the A to Z website.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, mate. Nice one. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we can do this again sometime. And I will speak to you in the next few days.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for Friday, and I'll catch you soon.
Thank you. Bye all.